This was my first real harp. We see it has a square or diamond-shaped frame. We have a bent trigger. There's a little bit of solder on there. Most Chancellors don't come tuned. This one I got from my friend Mark Poss. It was tuned to a D. Now, since I played it so much, it's no longer tuned. It was tuned with a solder ball on the inside of the knee bend. That came off, so now it's back to being an untuned harp, but easy to hold. I do like the Austrian pattern. It's big, especially for if you're elderly or you have arthritic hands, have problems with your hands, rheumatoid arthritis or whatever. They're easier to hold than some of the smaller harps. Gaps aren't too bad, especially if we're going to call this a beginner harp or entry-level intermediate. Bell ring's not too bad. Tones, let's see what type of range we get out of it. Pretty decent range. A little bit of breath in there, kind of crackly, and that same sort of Szilagyi. All the Szilagyi harps I played so far are crackly and loud. Real good for doing breathing patterns, rhythmic playing. Really not too bad for the percussive tuck-a-da-tuck-a-da-tuck. But I wouldn't call it a percussive harp. It's too crackly, too saturated for your percussive to shine through really well. But really, really good rhythm. A little bit of melody in there. And pretty much all the techniques, or at least all my rhythmic techniques, began on this harp here. Because when I started off, all I had was this Hobby Lobby mouth harp, or what most people call a Snoopy harp. Which there's a little bit there. They're uncomfortable and they're really cheap. But as far as going from a toy to something like this is a huge step up, especially from like the Grover or Trophy harps. This is an Alto Austrian, which is the least favorite harp in my collection. I hate the, I dislike my Grover harp. And I'm sorry if I upset the people out there who like the Grover harps. There's just not, ain't much there. Embouchures are too small on them, but yeah. And we see the same style of Austrian pattern, but this huge difference in the harp. And in between Chancellor to Chancellor, tones are going to be different, timbres are going to be different, but all the ones I've seen, there were slight differences. Some of the newer ones would come with a little bit bigger of stock they're made out of, a little bit beefier, but pretty much all of them have decent breath, decent sensitivity, and a decent range. So in a beginner harp, I'd give them a 93 out of 100. Not a bad starting place at all, and most of my rhythmic technique was built on this harp here. I bought this Snoopy or Hobby Lobby mouth harp, played on it for a couple weeks, and bought this Chancellor, and it gave me, there were months before I bought another harp because I absolutely love this harp. There's a ton of meat to grow on. Not a bad beginner harp and easy to hold, but blah, blah, blah. I'll just keep rambling on. This ain't a bad harp at all, especially if you're a beginner or if you're coming off a toy harp. I would definitely recommend this because there's a ton more there than any toy harp you're going to find. Well, anyways, that's going to be it for this review of the Szilagyi Chancellor. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe for more harpery. Harp out.